Good to be joined here by Seth Kuykendall. And Seth, we appreciate you coming by. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
How's everything been going since, last we saw you? I know we were just finishing up regionals. Just kind of chat about what you've been up to in the off season, getting ready.
Yeah, everything's been going pretty smooth. I think that team's come together really well. Coming back from break, we just hit the ground running and starting to get excited to play some games.
How big was it to have the year we had? Because, the year before that was tough. We only got a chunk of a season. Everything gets shut down from COVID. Then we come into that year, a lot of the guys stayed. What was it like to kind of have that cohesive unit and that chemistry we had and then, kind of build on that into that season?
It was really important for us, I think. We struggled that year, too, not just with COVID, but as a team and what we wanted to accomplish. So having that reset was really big for our guys to come back and know what they need to do and perform well.
We talk about, you personally out there, you're going through kind of getting back on the field. When did you kind of feel comfortable again when you're able to get out there and get some of those games?
Right when I got back, I felt pretty comfortable just with my hip, like recovering from that surgery. It was tough at first, but once I was on the mound, it was like never left.
How big was that experience last year, too? Because, we ended up, having a really good regular season. We were kind of waiting to the last minute to see if we were going to get into regionals. We get that spot. How neat was it to go out there and play at Northwest Nazarene and, have the success we did?
It was awesome, especially because we finally had fans for those games. So went from 2 years of not having anybody there to having a packed house, which was really exciting. I thought we played well and just couldn't get it done.
And then for you personally, what kind of brought you to Western Oregon, and how much have you enjoyed playing here on campus?
I've enjoyed it a lot. When I was at Yakima Valley Community College, there was not a ton of schools that I was talking to, but as soon as I talked to Western Oregon and talked with Grady Wood, I knew that I was going to come here and it was going to be a really good fit.
How much have you learned from, Grady, being a chance where he got to play in the pros,
Yeah.
and he still pitches to this day, in some of the other leagues? How much have you picked up from him?
I've learned a lot from him, and it's really fun to bounce ideas off him and kind of work on different drills. And he's very knowledgeable, so it's been a lot of fun to learn from him.
How much have you enjoyed pitching on this pitching staff, too? Because, we have a really deep, very talented pitching staff. How much fun do you have, pitching with all those guys out there?
It's awesome, and I feel like individually they're all coaches to each other, too, so it's really nice to have people to have your back and to learn from.
And how about you, for the sport of baseball? What kind of got you into it growing up, and specifically, to be a pitcher?
To be a pitcher specifically, it didn't happen until later, but I had 3 older brothers, and they kind of got me into baseball, so they got me into all other types of sports, but baseball just kind of stuck with me. So.
And how much do you enjoy being on the mound, too? Because you kind of control, things out there when you're going to pitch, what you're going to throw. How nice do you kind of like, having that control throughout the game?
It is stressful, but I feel like being able to control the tempo gives a lot of pressure off, just kind of being able to set the pace. So.
Now that it's weird to think, right? We're already a week before we open up the season. What are you looking forward to the most to going into this new year?
This new year, just kind of get on the field again with the guys, and hopefully the weather will heat up a little bit more, but just excited to play again and see how much farther we can go this year.
All right, Seth. Well, we really appreciate you coming by and joining us. Of course, best luck this season. We look forward to catching up with you again here soon.
Thanks for having me.